Game 2 of the Holland tournament as English hosts Lynn Classical here at the Breed Softball Park. I'm Sean Donahue, your announcer. Happy to bring you the third matchup between these two teams. Ari LeBoy on the mound for the Bulldogs. Leading off for the Rams, the catcher, Lauren Wilson. St. Mary's will walk away with the W in Game 1. The winner of this one will face off against St. Mary's tomorrow in the afternoon. The consolation game will be played between Swampscott and the losing team. It's Holland tournament season here at the Breed Softball Park, and we're happy to bring you another matchup. A shot from Lauren Wilson deep into right field, caught for the first out. Good heads-up play by the right fielder wearing number 9, Tiana Nguyen. So first out of the day, a fly out to Lauren Wilson. Next up to the plate, the pitcher, Rachel Dana. The boy gets the call from Pinero. The pitch, short choppy ground ball over to the third baseman for the Bulldogs. Not able to field it cleanly. Dana's going to get on to first with a single. So one out and one on as Dana is able to deliver the single. Johansson, the third baseman. The Johansson sisters playing over at shortstop and third base. Kate Johansson at short. And not really sure what the A stands for. The other Johansson. Swing and a miss by Nevaeh F. F playing in the shortstop position today as well. F awaits the pitch from LeBoy. The delivery just a little low. So a great way to start off the day. St. Mary's running a clinic. 15-2 win over Swampscott as they head into the champion circle tomorrow. Second pitch of ball. Classical standing at a record of 9-9. One more win gets them into the tourney. English standing at a record of 9-10. Strike call there against F. One out. Dana on at first. LeBoy delivers. Line drive over LeBoy's head into center field. Dana's going to round second and head to third. She's going to have to get down. Safe call by Coach Morin and the guy in blue. So F gets on with a double in her first at bat. Now Classical with 2 in scoring position here in the top of the first. And 1 out. Brooke Braswell, the next batter. Braswell playing at the first base position today. Pretty solid hitter. Seen her hit an inside the park home run before. So she's got the speed as well. And last year, this was a rubber match between the two rivals. This year, Classical walked away with both GBL wins over English. So it's redemption for the Bulldogs. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero. The pitch. Braswell takes a shot at it. Trying to get the out at third. F slides in safe, and Dana ends up with the run. Classical scores their first run of the inning, in the game. Braswell gets on first with a single. And F advances to third and gets there safely. Cahill, the next batter up in the box for Classical. Cahill playing in the right field position today. And the English infield will come in to rally around Ari LeBoy. I want to say thanks to those who are tuning in to Lynn Educational Television. I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue. Up in the perch today, we got God's Will from Lynn Classical. I want to say thanks to him. He's coming out filming his second game in a row on the solo. We always love enabling students within the Lynn Public Schools to learn about the industry of television media. And God's Will in his freshman year, doing a great job. So back to the game as Cahill approaches the plate. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero, showing bunt. Both base runners come in, and that gives Brooke Braswell the go-ahead to steal. And she steals second with authority. Cahill back up to the box. LeBoy set to pitch. The delivery, swing and a miss. Strike call. So Classical hungry for a win. Their last game a loss, and I was told not to talk about it in detail, so we won't. Pop fly up over the English dugout. English with the home field advantage in Game 2 of the Holland tournament. Cahill is in the box set, awaiting the delivery from LeBoy. The delivery, low and in the dirt. Cahill steps out of the way just in case F decides to take home. So 1 run in the inning for the Spartans so far, as Dana is able to get herself a run after being batted in by Braswell. The pitch still low. A beautiful evening here at the Breed Softball Park as the sun sets late in May. And you know it's late May because we're bringing you to the Holland tournament. Strike 3, and Cahill goes down with LeBoy's first strikeout of the day. Elias, the next batter up. Elias playing in the third base position. 2 outs here for the Rams. Deep ball into left field, just out of reach. That's going to send F and Braswell home. Elias is going to end in a second with a stand-up single. So F gets a run, Braswell gets a run, and Cahill gets 2 RBIs. So 3 here in the first for Classical. Next up, McKenna Duncan. Duncan, the center fielder. 2 outs, 1 in scoring position at second after Elias's double. Foul ball over the Classical dugout. 0-1 count. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero. The delivery a little low. 1-1. LeBoy delivers another low ball. 2-1. The pitch from LeBoy. Three and one call. 2 outs for the Rams. 1 on in scoring position at second. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero. Swing and a miss. Full count. And LeBoy looking for a way out of this inning as the Rams were able to topple 3 onto the board early here in the second game of the Holland tournament. Swinging a shot over to first base. A quick cleanup out. Good heads-up play by the first baseman out of Lynn English, wearing number 10, Gracie Malloy. So at the conclusion of the top of the first, Classical comes out with a 3-0 lead over English. Bottom of the first, Classical leading over English 3-0. Reynoso, the leadoff batter for the Bulldogs. Dana on the mound. And Classical needs this win. They need this win to advance to the second round of the Mullins tournament, and they need this win to advance in the MIAA tournament. Foul ball there. Wilson catching for Dana today. Reynoso awaits the delivery from Dana. The pitch, short, choppy ground ball over to the Classical dugout. Scooped up by Braswell, delivered back to Dana to get back into the swing of things. Reynoso stepping into the box. Dana awaits the call. Agrees with what Wilson's got. Delivers high and away. A lot of energy coming into this game as these two teams are both GBL teams. They're always going to play at least twice, depending on weather. Ground ball over to F. Delivers to Brooke Braswell at first for the first out of the inning. Reynoso goes down with a ground out. Pinheiro, the next one up. Pinheiro, the catcher, wearing number 1. Solid hitter and an excellent base runner. Not the first time these two have faced off. Both Lynn kids, baseball families. First from Dana, a strike. As Pinheiro shows bunt and pulls back. Dana with the delivery. Just a bit right on target. Breaking ball there, I think. Starting to get better at this softball thing. So we're happy you don't have to deal with the bumbling guy. Deep fly ball into right field. And a clean out. Delivered by number 4, Cahill. So Pinheiro goes out with a fly out. 2 outs for the Dogs as Kate Johansson, the shortstop, steps up to the plate for the first time today. Johansson's got some power on her. Both teams are in white. Very, very fun for those at home. Dana's first pitch, a strike to Johansson. Johansson, a solid batter and base runner. Excellent fielder as well. Just a bit inside. 1-1 count for Johansson. The pitch from Dana. Short, choppy ground ball over to the third baseman. Delivered to Brooke Braswell for the third out. Another ground out delivered. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the Dogs as the Rams head in to the top of the second. We got a score of 3-0 Classical over English. And we're back, top of the second. Leading off, McKenna Duncan. Or rather, Wilson. That's right, Duncan went out, the fly out. So, Wilson up to bat. First at bat of the day. LeBoy set to pitch. Chips that one to the backstop. Strike. Classical leading 3-0 here. The Good pitch from LeBoy. Solid cut by Wilson. Strike call there. LeBoy with 1 strikeout so far. LeBoy is set. Pitches. Strike 3. Second of the day for LeBoy. First of the day for Wilson. So Wilson leads it off with a strikeout. Kelsey Centipuse, the second baseman, stepping up to the plate for the first time today. Centipuse, an excellent base runner. And a pretty solid director when it comes to TV media, showing bunt, pulls back, take the ball. Congratulated on her ability to see balls and strikes. Kate Johansson comes in to talk to Ari LeBoy about how to approach Centipuse. Centipuse set, waits for the delivery, showing bunt, pulls back again. And a tough strike zone. And I'm sure she's watching this game chuckling or maybe grinding her teeth. But I owe her a few. Centipuse show bunt again. Third ball delivered by LeBoy. LeBoy delivers. Strike call there. Classical 9-9 on the season. A win here gets him into the tournament. English with a 9-10 record. Strike 2, full count for Centipuse. 1 out so far for the Rams. LeBoy gets the call from Pinheiro. The pitch. Just a bit high. Centipuse will take the base. So a walk in her first at bat. As Liliana Parker is the next one up for the Rams. And it looks like, oh, I'm sorry. So we're back to the top of the lineup. Wilson up to play. Parker, the flex player. The boys pitch just a bit inside. Wilson going to get a second shot at LeBoy after the fly out in her first at bat. LeBoy. Wilson fouls that one off of her ankle, shakes it off. Kid's got a lot of toughness. Could be a little bit better with the camera and TV media class. Although she was a great support to her teammates as she is here on the softball, baseball, and soccer teams. High fly ball. That one's going to fall foul over the backstop. And Braswell making it tough. I'm sorry, Wilson making it tough on LeBoy. Lauren Wilson set inside the box. LeBoy gets the call from Pinheiro. Pop fly. That one's going to stay in play, and it's going to get the first, second, and third out of the inning as Centipuse takes off for second and gets called on the tag out. And another fly out for Wilson. Classical. Not able to drive in any runs there. Still a 3-0 game. Rams over the Bulldogs as we head into the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second, leading off for the Dogs. Ari LeBoy, the pitcher. Her first at bat, Rachel Dana on the mound. Lauren Wilson catching. Classical ahead 3-0. High pitch from Dana. Gets the congratulations from the English dugout to Ari LeBoy on her ability to see balls and strikes. Foul ball along the third baseline. LeBoy with 2 Ks on the day so far. Her first at bat. Dana sets to deliver, a little bit outside. Dana delivers. LeBoy lets it sail past. 3-0 count. Dana delivers. High ball. Will give LeBoy the walk. Martinez, the second baseman, next up to bat for the Bulldogs. And they'll pinch run for LeBoy. And it's usually Medrano who pinch runs here for English. So let's assume it's her. Martinez, the next batter up. Strike call there. Dana delivering on her first pitch to Martinez. Martinez, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. Second strike after the swing and a miss. So no outs, 1 on. Just a bit outside. Medrano's going to go to second. And Wilson decides, you know what, we'll let it take it. Go for it. Let's not let up any easy runs here early in the game. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, Dana's first of the day. Johansson, the third baseman, next up to bat for the Bulldogs. 1 out and 1 on in scoring position. As Medrano is hoping to be batted in. Dana delivers, swing and a miss. Dana gets a call from Wilson. Set to deliver the pitch. Pulls back up to show him bunt. Strike 3. Safe call on the steal for Medrano. And Wilson with her arms up, wondering what had happened. And it looks like I'm wrong on the strike count. Johansson's still up after the swing and a miss. So it must be 2. Just a little low. 2-2 count. The pitch. Fouled back off the backstop. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Johansson. Second out of the inning and second strikeout for Rachel Dana in the game. As Tiana Nguyen, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. Nguyen with a solid catch, delivering the first out to the Rams. Dana's pitch high and outside. And the Bugs are on their way out. Another one high and away. Base runner coming in from third over to home. Umps called him out. And the pinch runner for Ari LeBoy tagged out at home during the at-bat at Nguyen to keep the Dogs at bay. So at the end of 2, the Rams are leading 3-0. Top of the 3rd, leading off is Rachel Dana. High fly ball into the shallow left field. And Dana goes down with a fly out in her second at bat. Nevaeh F., the shortstop, a double in her first at bat. LeBoy delivers just inside. Nevaeh F. backing off. LeBoy set to pitch. The delivery just a bit outside. Gets a piece of that one. Soars across Ari LeBoy. F gets on again with a single. As Brooke Braswell steps up to the plate, Braswell with a run and a single in her first at bat. Braswell playing in the first base position today, as usual. LeBoy delivers. And F now has the attention of the pitcher and catcher. LeBoy pitching, Pinheiro catching for the Bulldogs today. Game 2 of the Holland tournament. The winner of this one will face off in tomorrow's afternoon game against St. Mary's. Short, choppy ground ball over to the third baseman, Johansson, Anika Johansson, not able to field it cleanly. And that gives Braswell her second single of the game. As Cahill steps up to the bag, steps up to the plate. So 1 out, 2 on. Nevaeh F. in scoring position at second. Classical ahead 3-0 so far. LeBoy delivers. Low ball call there, 1-0. LeBoy gets the call from Pinheiro, the delivery. Foul ball along the third baseline. LeBoy with 2 Ks on the day so far, and Cahill being the first. Hoping to find redemption here for the 9-9 Classical Rams. Third time these teams have matched up here in the 2024 season. Swing and a miss. LeBoy delivers right back to her, trying to get the tag out at second. And a good heads-up play by the English pitcher to catch the fly out, or can you even call that? And then makes the third out of the inning, grabbing Nevaeh F. off of second base after the catch out. So English able to keep Classical at bay with no runs in the second and the third. Classical still leading 3-0 over English. And we're back, top of the third. Sorry, bottom of the third. Gracie Malloy, the batter, playing in the first base position today for the Bulldogs. Malloy's first at-bat of the day. Nguyen was about midway through her first at-bat. And then there was a tag out on a sloppy pitch from Dana. They tagged out Medrano, who had worked to steal second and third, and went on a steal home after a sloppy pitch, but got caught out of position as Wilson was able to deliver the ball to Dana, and Dana made the tag for the final out of the last inning. So it looks like they're going to give some time to one of the players to get an equipment adjustment. And we'll take this opportunity to say thanks to those of you who have tuned in to Lynn Educational Television to watch the third matchup of the classical English softball rivalry. Holland tournament season, game 2. Winner of this one goes on to take St. Mary's in the winner's circle. Loser will play against Swampscott in the consolation game tomorrow morning. Dana gets the call, set to deliver. Malloy not taking the bait on that one. A lot of energy here in the first 3 innings of the game. Strike call. Dana with the pitch. Malloy takes a crack at it, fouls that one back towards the classical dugout. And I think what had happened was Coach Moran realized that Malloy was up at bat and that Nguyen was about halfway through her at-bat last. So they brought up Nguyen. And now we've got Gracie Malloy up. So Nguyen gets a walk in her, I guess you could say, first at bat. As Medrano was tagged out at home on an attempt to steal after a sloppy pitch from Dana. And now Gracie Malloy, the first baseman, is up to bat. 2 strikeouts on the day so far by Dana. Strike call there. So glad we could clear that up for you. It's not always easy to see the numbers from back here in center field, but once those Bulldogs were screaming, "Here, let's go Niner," I'd assume they would be talking about Ted Williams. I mean, no, Tiana Nguyen. But what's the difference, right? Dana set, delivery. Strike call there, third of the day for Dana. Malloy goes down looking. Amelie Fresco, the next batter up for the Bulldogs. 1 out, 1 on at first after the walk to Nguyen. High fly foul ball over the first baseline. Wilson gets the call. Dana obliges, delivers, strike. 0-2 count here for Fresco. Chips that one back over the classical dugout. Lives for another day. Dana trying to catch her on the changeup. Short, choppy short over to the third baseman. Scooped up and forced the out at second. So Neon gets tagged out at 2. But Fresco gets on with a single. And a nice job by LEHS to force the out at second. Back to the top of the English lineup. Reynoso, the center fielder, up to bat. A ground out in her first at bat. Strike call there. So 2 outs. Short, choppy ground ball. Dana picks it up, get the force out at first. Braswell's there, and that'll end English's attempt here in the bottom of the third. Reynoso goes down with a second ground out, and Classical able to fend off the Bulldogs from gaining any runs. And at the end of 3, Classical leading still 3-0. Welcome back, top of the 4th. Leading it off for the Rams is LEHS. LEHS with a double in her first at bat. The boys' first pitch catches a swinging 0-1 count. The pitch from LeBoy. Low and away, strike 2. LeBoy with the pitch. Foul back. And LEHS lives for another one. Top of the 4th here, Classical leading 3-0 over English. Second game of the Holland tournament. Swing and a miss. And LEHS goes down swinging. Third K of the day for Ari LeBoy. First of the day for LEHS. McKenna Duncan, the next batter up for the Rams. Duncan with a flyout in her last at bat. That was early on in the first inning. Center fielder takes a shot at it. Short choppy ball over to the second baseman for English. Scooped up and tossed over to first for the out. Good heads up play by Martinez to deliver that one to Gracie Malloy for the second out of the inning. So Duncan goes down with a ground out as Wilson steps up to the plate. 1-0 count. Wilson met the fury of Ari LeBoy's strikeouts in her first at-bat. Hoping to find redemption here. Classical with 2 outs. Ground ball, shallow infield. LeBoy scoops it up and tosses it over to the second baseman, backing up the first baseman for the third out, and Inglis has shown up and have totally jumped back into this game defensively after giving up 3 runs. So Wilson goes down with a ground out. Next one up for the Rams in the next inning is going to be Kelsey Centipuse. And as we head into the bottom of the 4th, Classical leads 3-0. Bottom of the 4th, Pinero leading off for the Dogs. Dana with 3 strikeouts so far. Pinero with the flyout in her first at-bat. Dana's first pitch, a ball, 1-0 count here for Pinero. Dana, 2-0 count. Strike call, 2-1. 3-1. Pinero awaits the pitch from Dana. And Pinero is going to take her base on the walk. Kate Johansson, the shortstop, next up to bat for the Bulldogs. No out. Pinero is on first. Johansson with a ground out in her first at bat. 1-0 count. Two and 0. Classical heads into the tourney with a win today. They also headed into the winner's circle to take on St. Mary's in the second round of the Holland tournament. Loser of this game will head into the consolation game tomorrow morning, and they'll take on Swampscott. Our esteemed John Hoffman will be bringing you those two games. Dana with a strike. 3-1 count here for Johansson in her second at bat. Classical leading 3-0. 3 early runs. Pop fly, that one's going to stay in the outfield, and a bit of confusion between Centipuse and Nevaeh F results in an error, but they're able to get Pinero in the force out at second. So Johansson will get to first. Pinero thrown out at second. And if you're going to make that mistake, right there is the best place to make it. You got a base runner at first. And a miscommunication between the second baseman and shortstop results in the first out of the inning. As Ari LeBoy steps up to the bag for the second time today. A walk in her first at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Wilson with the call to Dana. She agrees. LeBoy is set. The pitch. High fly ball into left field. And a nice job by the Classical left fielder to come up to make the play. McKenna Duncan there to earn the second out against the Dogs. And LeBoy will head back after the flyout. Martinez, the next batter up for the Bulldogs. Dana delivers. Strike. 0-1 count. Dana with the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Martinez, the second baseman, with a strikeout in her first at-bat. Swing and a miss. Strike three for the fourth strikeout of the day, and the final out here in the fourth inning as we head into the fifth. Classical leads 3-0. Top of the fifth, leading it off for the Rams, the second baseman, Kelsey Centipuse. Centipuse showing bunt. And the English first baseman screaming up, Gracie Malloy. Centipuse with a walk in her first at-bat. Ended up getting tagged out on a failed tag-up. Centipuse showing bunt, pulls back, gets the strike call. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero. Centipuse is showing bunt just a little low for her liking, pulls back. We'll take the ball. LeBoy delivers a strike to Centipuse. The second baseman steps into the box. Pinero gets the call to LeBoy, the delivery. Swing and a miss. And Centipuse goes down in her second at-bat with a strikeout. Fourth of the day for LeBoy. First of the day for Centipuse as we head to the back. On the top of the lineup for Classical, Lauren Wilson stepping up to the plate. Wilson with 2 flyouts in her first 2 at-bats. The pitch, deep fly ball over the head of the left fielder. That one's going to fall fair as she rounds second, heading into third. Looks like Coach Morin's going to hang her up there. And a little out of reach for for Fresco. So Wilson redeeming herself after the 2 flyouts with a deep fly ball in a center left. Gets herself a slide-in triple as Rachel Dana heads up to the plate for the 3rd time today. A single in her first at-bat and a flyout in her last. Line drive over the head of the second baseman. That's going to bring home Wilson. Wilson gets her first run. And Dana put it right where she needed to. Nevaeh F stepping up to the plate again for the 3rd time today. And F with a double in her first at-bat and a single in her last. F does pretty well against LeBoy. And these teams know each other pretty well as they've matched up already twice, both being GBL teams. F gets a piece of that one, falls foul over the 3rd baseline. Four to 0, Classical leading right now. 1 run in the inning so far. F awaits the pitch from LeBoy. Gets a piece of that one, slips past the Bulldogs' second baseman. Rachel Dana is rounding second, going to be held up at 3rd. And F gets in with her second stand-up double. That one moves Dana in a scoring position. As Brooke Braswell steps up to the bag for the 3rd time today. 2 singles for Braswell. The first baseman hitting well against LeBoy. Strike 1, 0-1 count for Braswell. So Classical coming out with a force. Foul back along the backstop. LeBoy able to deliver a 4th strikeout to Centipuse, but then Wilson came in with a slide-in triple. And Dana batted her in with a single. And F helped advance Dana all the way to 3rd with her double, 2nd of the day. The pitch from LeBoy just a bit outside. Braswell not taking the bait on it. Line drive past LeBoy, bounces up into center field. Dana's going to come home And here comes F. F goes in, 2 runs scored for the Rams. Brooke Braswell gets a stand-up double out of it. Another 3-run inning for the Rams here. 6-0. Brooke Braswell goes in a second, and Classical's only got 1 out. As the English infield comes in to talk to Ari LeBoy about how to approach Cahill. Cahill fell victim to Ari LeBoy in the first strikeout, and then a fly out. Their third at-bat of the day. And as she approaches the plate, she's got Brooke Braswell in scoring position at second. So Classical right now at a record of 9-9, and English at a record of 9-10. 2 of those losses issued by Lynn Classical. The third matchup between these 2 teams here in the 2024 softball season. Classical advances into the tourney with a win today. So it would be a big deal for these guys to come away with Game 2 in the Holland tournament, both in earning their way into the winner's circle for tomorrow's afternoon matchup against St. Mary's and into the MIAA tournament. The ball fouled back. Cahill, the batter for the Rams. The lefty steps into the box. Pinero set behind the plate. LeBoy gets the call. Fouls that one to the backstop. And the lights are on here at the Breed Softball Park. LeBoy with the pitch. Nice line drive. Falls into the gap in center field. And Braswell able to slide in home for the 4th run. That's going to give Cahill the go-ahead on the double. And Cahill celebrates from second base. Braswell in for a 2nd run. And 4th on the inning. 7-0. Rams over the Dogs here in the 5th. Elias, the 3rd baseman, stepping up to the bag for the 2nd time today. One and 0 count for Elias. Elias with the double in her first at bat. Strike call. Classical playing the, I'd like to say they're playing the small ball game because I don't know what the opposite is, but the domino effect has certainly taken place here in the top of the 5th. LeBoy's pitch called strike. And a great day to be an infielder as the bugs are starting to come out of the lawn here. Deep shot across the 3rd baseline. That one's going to fall foul. And that might make it all the way to the new housing development on the roll. Elias with 2 strikes. LeBoy with the pitch. Swing and a miss. And goes down for the 5th K of the day for Ari LeBoy. So 2 outs for the Rams, 1 in scoring position as Cahill's at second. And McKenna Duncan, the batter, to come up. Duncan struggling to get on base so far today. A fly out and a ground out. LeBoy delivers. Short choppy shot. English second baseman able to scoop it up for the 3rd out of the inning. And a great heads-up play there by Martinez to ensure the third out of the inning against McKenna Duncan. So at the conclusion of the top of the fifth, the Rams are going to head into the bottom of the inning with a 7-0 lead over English. Bottom of the fifth. Classical up 7-0 here in game 2 of the Holland tournament. Anika Johansson, the third baseman, up at the plate. Dana delivers just a little out of reach. Johansson hits it into the gap and gets herself on base for the first time today. Dana with 4 strikeouts so far, 1 being to Johansson in her last at-bat. Tiana Neon stepping up to the plate. Neon with a walk in her last at-bat. Short choppy ground ball falls foul along the first baseline. The right fielder steps up to the plate. Dana with the delivery. Ground ball right back to Dana. Gonna go for the first out of the inning with the force out at first. So Neon goes down with a ground out. But that advances Anika Johansson a second, who's now in scoring position. 1 out for the Dogs. Gracie Malloy, the next one up. Malloy being served up one of the 4 strikeouts Dana's got so far. 1-0 count for Malloy. Malloy fouls that one back. 1-1. The pitch. Dead ball foul. The batter will hobble her way on over to first after the hit. A beaning. First of the day delivered by Dana. Malloy gets on to first. 1 out for the Dogs. 2 on. 1 in scoring position as Fresco steps up to the plate. Fresco, the left fielder. A single in her last at-bat. And Dana trying to gain command of this game, or rather this inning. She had command of the game throughout. Pop fly, shallow infield. Kelsey Setapew's not able to get to it in time, but F comes in and fields the ball, gets the tag out at second for the second out. So Fresco ends on with a single. But Malloy gets tagged out at second, while Anika Johansson sitting in scoring position at third. So 2 outs for the Dogs as Reynoso steps up to the plate for the 3rd time today. 2 on for the Bulldogs. Reynoso with 2 ground outs so far. Dana delivers. Short ground ball fielded by F, delivered to Braswell for the 3rd out of the 5th inning. And that's going to bring us into the top of the 6th as Classical is leading 7-0 over the Bulldogs. Top of the 6th, leading it off for the Rams is Wilson. Or rather, it looks like they're pinch hitting. I'll get a number on this player for you. Because it was Setapew's up at bat. Ground ball. LeBoy scoops it up, delivers it over to first for the force out. And that's the first out of the inning, a ground out. See if we can get you the player from our lineup here. So it was Wilson. Sorry about the confusion there. 1 out for the Rams. And the last batter to strike out was Duncan. Centipuse working on a makeshift stat sheet here. So it's a little messy. Centipuse the batter up now. Centipuse led off the top of the fifth with the strikeout. And then the Rams just went on a clinic, a 4-run clinic. Centipuse showing bunt. That one fouled back over the head of Pinheiro. So third at bat of the day for Kelsey Centipuse, the second baseman. Walked in her first at bat. And it looks like we've got a time call here for an equipment check. And it looks like they're going to strap up Pinheiro a little bit cleaner. Make sure that she's ready to go and safely catch for Ari LeBoy. So 1 out here for the Spartans in the top of the 6th. LeBoy delivers, strike call, and Centipuse goes down looking. 6th strikeout of the day for LeBoy. As we head back to the top of the classical lineup, Lauren Wilson up to plate. And Wilson with a triple in her last at-bat. And that's where the domino effect took over for classical. LeBoy hoping not to make that same mistake. That pitch, a high foul ball back up over the English dugout. Reynoso trying to anticipate the movement from the shot. Foul ball along the third baseline. And the last shot from Wilson was deep and left center. So she's got a pretty solid gap here in right center. Deep shot, high ball. Johansson, the shortstop, trying to come out and make the play. Sliding into second safe is Lauren Wilson. Wilson coming in a second hard, calling for a time just to gather herself. And the kid goes hard. 3-sport athlete here at Classical. Might have got the wind knocked out of her. Kid shakes it off, gets back to the bag. Coach Morin looking over to Wilson. And Wilson looking like, hey, I'm going to stick out here. I just got to rub all this dirt out of every hole in my face. Great kid. Happy to have met her as a TV media student this year. And I think I'm going to give her some time to wash off real quick. Tough as the sun has gone down over the Breed softball park, because it gets cold here, doesn't it, God's will? Luckily for us, my wife and children decided to make the trek out here to deliver some much-needed covering for the colder temperatures as they set in. Classical, hoping to walk away with a W here. That won't only propel them into the winner's circle of the Holland tournament, but it'll also get them into the MIAA tournament. Lauren, tough as nails. Wilson set back up at second as Rachel Dana, the pitcher, steps up to the plate. Dana with a single in her last at-bat. 6 Ks in the day for LeBoy. 2 outs for the Rams. Dana. Short, choppy ground ball. That one's going to stay fair. She's going to have to dig it out to first. And Pinheiro can't get a handle on it cleanly. And nobody's paying attention as Dana is able to take second with ease and gets herself a stand-up double. So 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Dana's short ground ball advances Wilson to third. Nevaeh F. The shortstop up at the plate. A double in her last at-bat. High fly ball. That one looks like it's going to fall foul. Still in play. English second baseman really digging it out, trying to get that third out. Martinez having herself a pretty good season at second base. Solid fielder and pretty good hitter as well. F awaits the pitch from LeBoy. The delivery just a bit outside. 1-1 count. 2 outs for the Rams. They lead 7-0 over the Bulldogs. If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in to LETV. I'm your announcer, Sean Donahue. We got our classical crew up in the perch, Godswill, working a doubleheader solo to make sure we got you these first 2 games of the Holland tournament. St. Mary's walked away with the W over Swampscott, and it was a strong W. Certainly a statement to be made to whoever wins this game. LeBoy set to pitch. The delivery just a bit outside. 2-1. Two and two, sorry. F still the batter, making LeBoy work for it. Short, choppy ground ball. LeBoy scoops it up, trying to get the force out at first. And F's going to go there and stay there cleanly. F going to second for fun. So F gets a double. Wilson gets home for her second run of the day. First of the inning. And the English infield starting to look a little sloppy. Brooke Braswell coming up to the plate. And if you've ever had to check it in, now is the time. 2 singles in her first 2 at-bats, a double in her last at-bat, and a handful of RBIs. Braswell chips at that one, and that's a shallow pop fly, which will be fielded by the second baseman out of Lynn Classical, Martinez, for the third out of the 6th. So Classical able to drive in one more to bring their lead to 8-0. We'll be back. Bottom of the 6th, Pinheiro to lead it off. Bulldogs struggling. 8-0 lead. Classical's been able to gain here. 1 run in the last at-bat. Pinheiro showing bunt. Dana delivers. 0-1 call. Dana with 4 strikeouts on the day so far. One and one. Hit it with the changeup. Caught her there looking. 1-2. Fouled back. Pinheiro lives for another one. Pinheiro with a walk in her last at-bat. Got caught at second on the force out. Fly out in her first at-bat. Dana. Foul ball over the English dugout. Dana's set. Pinero's ready. The pitch. Way outside. Full count here for Pinero. Pinero making Dana work for it. English at a record of 9-10 right now. They lost in the first round against St. Mary's last year of the Holland tournament. Foul ball along the third baseline. Ninth pitch of the at-bat for Pinero. Got a bit of a battle ensuing here between pitcher and catcher. Pinero's set. Dana with the pitch. Wild pitch. Sends Pinero to first on the walk. Second in a row. And Kate Johansson, the next batter up for the Bulldogs. So no outs for the Dogs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Classical ahead 8-0. Dana's first pitch, a strike to Kate Johansson, the shortstop. 0-1 count. High fly ball into left. And Classical trying to field it, not able to get there cleanly. And that's Parker who's trying to make the catch and throws it in. And a little sloppy infield work could have led to Pinero taking third at will. Johansson gets on a single with a high pop fly as Ari LeBoy steps up to the bag for the third time today. A fly out in her last at bat. No outs for the Dogs, 2 on as they are trailing 8 runs. LeBoy takes a shot. Parker's under it, able to get the out, forcing all base runners back. Parker redeeming herself after that one. LeBoy goes down with another fly out. First out of the inning. And the English dugout was very excited about that one. And Liliana Parker has become enemy number 1 of Ari LeBoy after that catch. Perfect position for the left fielder to be in. So after the fly out, the second baseman Martinez will step up to the bag. 1 out for the Bulldogs. 2 on and 1 in scoring position. Wild pitch is going to give Pinero the attempt to try to steal third. She gets tossed out by Lauren Wilson. Elias is there for the tag, and Pinero heads back disappointed. The Dogs really trying to dig it out. Johansson gets the second cleanly, but not after the second out was delivered to Pinero. On an attempted steal, a third after a wild pitch from Dana. Wilson just in the right spot. Martinez steps back up to the plate, fouls that one back over the backstop. Dana hoping to close out the inning. Martinez coming up to the plate and now experiencing a bit of a different at-bat. Dana trying to deliver that changeup again. A little bit high for the Blues' liking. Ball call. Dana with the pitch, fouled back. Martinez lives for another one. Pinero, usually a great base runner, getting caught at third. I think she anticipated Wilson was going to take a little longer to get to it. High fly into shallow right field, and that's going to send home Kate Johansson. The Dogs able to score their first run here in the 6th inning. Just a little out of reach for Cahill, and a little too high for Centipede. So Martinez gets on a first for the first time today as Anika Johansson steps up to the plate. High fly ball, that one's going to fall out of play along the first baseline. 0-1 count here for Anika Johansson, the third baseman. And a great shot by Martinez to drive in the first run for English. So 2 outs, ground ball right over to Dana, delivered to Braswell to throw out Anika Johansson on the ground out. So at the end of 6, a little bit closer than it was at the beginning of the inning. Classical leading 8-1 as we head into the top of the 7th. Welcome back. Top of the 7th, Rams ahead 8-0 here in Game 2 of the Holland tournament. Up at the plate, Cahill, a double in her last at-bat. Short choppy ball over to the English first baseman, not able to field it cleanly. And getting on for the second time today is Cahill. So second game of the Holland tournament here at the Breed Softball Park. Winner of this one is going to take on St. Mary's in the afternoon game. And the loser will take on Swampscott in the consolation in the morning. Swing and a miss. Elias, the third baseman, taking a cut at that one, swinging for the fences and catches air. No outs, 1 on. After Cahill's Cahill's single. Her second hit of the day. LeBoy with the pitch, swing and a miss, and Elias goes down swinging. Seven Ks on the day so far for LeBoy. 1 out, 1 on as McKenna Duncan steps up to the plate. LeBoy with the delivery, short choppy shot over to third base. Got to try to get the force out at second. Blues taking his time on it. The umpire calls it foul. That'll force Cahill back to first and Duncan back to the plate. And it would have been a close call at second. So back to it. LeBoy is set on the mound, gets the call from Pinero and agrees the pitch to Duncan. Chipped away to the backstop. 2 strikes on the center fielder so far. LeBoy set to pitch. The delivery. Strike 3. Second of the inning. Eight on the day for LeBoy. And when LeBoy gets into a groove like this, look out. Wilson coming back up to the bag again. And it looks like they're pinch hitting. And we'll try to get a zoom in for you. Not just yet. And we'll get a number on the player. LeBoy pitching, showing bunt. Pulling back, complimented on her ability to see balls and strikes. And I think we got could be Medrano up. And Cahill reluctant to go to second on the sloppy pitch, but gets on to second for the second time today. Her first steal. LeBoy delivers, showing bunt, ground ball, fielded by the first baseman. Can't get to it cleanly, but not a problem. Or it is a problem. Thought it was going to be called foul, but it's not. So I'm pretty sure we've got Medrano in at first. And Cahill working her way all the way to third base as Centipede steps up to the plate again. Showing bunt. And we're certainly going to get a good number on it now. Number 14. Let's take a look at our lineup from Lynn Classical. And it looks like they got Liliana Parker pinch hitting for Wilson. So Parker gets on with a single. And a sloppy pitch from Mari LeBoy forces Pinero to get back and recover quickly. Cahill reluctant to try to take third. She wants to earn her second run of the day. Kelsey Centipede shows bunt, pulls back. Strike call for LeBoy. So 2 outs for the Rams. 2 batters on in scoring position. Rams leading 8-1 over English here in the top of the 7th. LeBoy delivers. Strike 2 against Centipede. LeBoy trying to hold the Rams to 0 here in the top of the 7th. Centipede takes a cut, lives for another one. Centipede takes her time to get set. Takes a little bit of time to get coached up by the first base coach out of Classical. I want to say thanks to those who are tuning in and watch Lynn Educational Television. If you're watching on our Comcast and Verizon channels, thanks for subscribing to Comcast and Verizon. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening within the Lynn schools. Centipede is set at the plate. LeBoy gets the call from Pinero. The pitch. Swinging a shot over to the first baseline, gobbled up and fielded cleanly for the third out. And a great heads-up play and effort by Gracie Malloy to ensure the third out of the inning. So as we head into the bottom of the 7th, Classical is ahead 8-1. Hoffman will call me after watching your stuff. All right, let's roll. We rolling? We're rolling. Bottom of the 7th. Stepping up to the plate, Tiana Neon, short ground ball. Wilson able to get it, forcing the out. Neon goes down with a ground out. Classical 2 outs away from taking game 2 of the Holland tournament. With a win today, they advance not only to the winner's circle tomorrow, but they advance to the state tourney. If you've been watching with us throughout the game, you're probably tired of hearing that, especially if you're an English fan. If you're anybody, really. This guy, he's got to figure out more stuff to say. Dana's pitch, a ball call there. Gracie Malloy, the first baseman, up at the plate after the ground out from Neon. 1 out for the Dogs and a big hole to dig themselves out of. a 7-run kind of hole. Short, choppy ground ball over to F, thrown out at first. Brooke Braswell's there. Gracie Malloy goes down. Fresco, the next batter on the lineup for the Bulldogs. The pitch. Pop fly, shallow inside, and the final out made by the second baseman, Kelsey Centipuse, who totally redeems herself. So at the end of 7, Classical is going to walk away with an 8-1 victory. They're heading into the winner's circle tomorrow in the Holland tournament against St. Mary's in the afternoon game. English will take on Swampscott in the consolation game. And boy, howdy, what a game for you today. Classical coming out strong with 3 runs in the first inning, and then a handful more later on, and then the final dagger being made in the 5th inning. Great job by both teams today. We're happy to bring you the first 2 games of the Holland tournament. Honored almost. We got Godswill up in the perch from Lynn Classical. I want to say thanks to our crew for filming the game, and I want to say thanks to you, our viewership. Classical headed into the MIAA tournament, sliding in a right field for some reason. Not sure exactly what's going on. Or rather, why don't we just wrap it up here? 8-1. Classical walks away with Game 2 of the Holland tournament. They're heading on to the winner's circle against St. Mary's tomorrow. I'm Sean Donahue from Lynn Educational Television, wishing you all the best.